Coming to you from the studios of STL TV in beautiful Forest Park, it's the best of the STL. On tonight's show, CEO of the YWCA Metro St. Louis, Adrian E. Bracy. Also, the Edwardsville-Collinsville Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity. The founder of ROCC Center, Kalonda Floyd. And heating things up in the kitchen, BJ's Delicious Backyard Barbecue. Your entertainment for tonight, Flame. And now, here are your hosts. Please welcome Cassandra Walker and Ivy Hartman.
They say, boy, this world can be kind of cold, but you create energy depending on what kind of cold. That's cold, meaning make the most of your situation. But what if your situation was way worse? I'm talking black suits, Paul Barrels, black hearses. Way worse. What if we were asleep and thinking we awake? And all the material things we've been given were fake. And all the these embezzles, they was baked. And there was a fire, the cooking places on the plate. And there was a person with a rod, really the sin. It had his own broken the tears. But then there was a God who sent his only son, Ian, to come and rescue women and men from out the sea. Trying to free you from that trap, boy.
Welcome to the show. I'm Cassandra Walker.
I'm Ivy Hartman. I am pumped up.
I
The
am
music,
too.
our audience is really awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You know what? Fall is in the air.
You know what? That's a great thing. I love the season. And you know,
do too.
growing up in California, my mom's a California girl, and so cynical. And as I'm driving around, and I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I love the fall. My mother's voice is in my head. You know what she's saying?
What?
You know why the fall and the spring are so beautiful in Missouri? Because the summer and the winter are so terrible.
Oh,
and I think to
no.
myself, in St. Louis, it's always nice.
Because she's not used to any
she
harsh
grew up in
elements
LA.
whatsoever.
Forget about it, you know.
Oh, Ivy.
They only play like they can wear fleece and Uggs and stuff
Right.
in LA. They can't.
Exactly.
You
No,
know?
they can't. They can't enjoy it like
No,
we can.
no.
And speaking of enjoying, you know, my husband loves NFL football. That's going on right now. Pick your team, fantasy team. I don't even understand all that. You like football?
Love it. Love it. I get it.
You like the tights the guys are wearing. Be honest, Ivy.
I have been looking forward to good football all
I do
season,
too.
and I'm searching. I'm watching all the teams. The Rams are always my team, but
I watch Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night.
good for
I
you.
love football. I love sports, but you knew that already.
I gotta watch basketball with you. You can
That's
explain
good
that one
too.
to me. Yeah.
But speaking of the NFL, you know, we have Adrian Bracy, who is a former CFO for the Rams, the Cardinals, and she's one of very few women in the NFL.
I know. I thought that was really exciting when we had her on years ago, and she shared the NFL Super Bowl or her Super Bowl
Yes.
ring with us. We got to see that up close. That was pretty cool.
Super Bowl ring on a woman. Awesome.
she
Well,
wore
she
it
now
well.
is working with other women trying to help them. You're going to find out about that in the
Really
show.
excited.
Oh, we have great people on the show anyway.
Always, always, always. You keep up with what's going on in the show through social media as well as
Yes.
YouTube. And then, of course, we brought Raina back to help keep us in the loop. Right, Raina?
Yes, you did. And thank you so much for bringing me back. You know what? If you guys want a great show, stay tuned. This is the place to be. Great music, great fun, great food, interesting guests. And you know what? If you want to be a member of our studio audience, all you've got to do is dial 314-552-2970, 552-2970, and you could be sitting here in the midst of all the fun and excitement. I'm sitting right now next to David Moore, who's with Kappa Alpha Psi.
Yes, I am.
And you know what, David? I want to jump right into it, and I want you to tell me about Guidelight, which is near and dear to Kappa Alpha Psi.
Well, it's actually Guide Right. It's our national mentoring program, and it was actually founded here in St. Louis, Missouri back in the 20s.
Wow. So what is it? What happens?
Well, what we do is we mentor young men. In our case, we're the Edwardsville-Collinsville Alumni Chapter, Kappa Alpha Psi. So what we'll do is specifically target kids that are located in Madison County, Illinois.
And when you target them, what experience do they have with you?
Well, we take them on a college tour. We also show them etiquette, show them how to use tools, spoons, forks, tie, all the various things that they need to be successful adults.
Okay. And you know what? You've got an event coming up to benefit that. Tell us about that event.
Okay, that's our Black and White coming up on November 16th. It's a salute to achievement.
And who can go?
Anyone can go, actually. I'll make sure that the information is put out there. It's our email address. You can reach me at davmoor1911@hotmail.com.
Great. Well, so that's November the
16th.
Awesome. We'll see you there.
All right. Hopefully, I will.
And you know what? Cassandra's over in the kitchen. I don't know what's going on over there, but I want to know. Cassandra, what are you guys doing in the kitchen?
Raina, well, of course, we're making up some delicious food. We are with BJ's Delicious Barbecue, and I'm with BG, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is your capacity at the BJ's Delicious Barbecue?
I deal with the customers a lot. I'm at the window. We cross in the kitchen as well as on the grill. So
Excellent. So
Yes,
you know a
ma'am.
little bit about everything.
we have to.
And we have Chef here. Now, Chef, tell us your name and what you do.
They call me Chef Tiff Pop.
Chef Tiff Pop.
Chef Tiff Pop.
You got to tell me why. Is it a secret, like the secret recipe?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. All right. So what's your favorite thing to make, Chef Tiff Pop?
I'm actually in charge of all the sides and desserts. So
Ooh.
the highest one that we get on is my homemade peach cobbler.
Really?
Yes.
Now, who taught you how to make home? You're too young to know how to make homemade peach cobbler.
My granny taught me.
Did she really? So it's the grandmother's recipe.
But
So,
mine's better than hers.
oh, you added some. Uh-oh, you're in trouble now. Granny, you watching? Because she said it's better. It's on. It's a challenge. So, BG, why did you add the sides and the sweet desserts to the menu? Because when we first had you on, you didn't have that.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we basically have the meat on lock, and the customers, they love our potato salad, the coleslaw, and the mac
course.
salad. But we were missing that element of the hot side. And then we had a young lady come down, and she made some of the best sides, those grandmama sides.
Oh, yeah.
And we just sat outside and we killed the mac and cheese and the baked beans and the green beans and the sweet potatoes and the peach cobbler.
Oh,
you
my
know.
goodness. You I'm going to take me to church on that one now, BG. All right, so we got Chef Tiff Pop. We're going to come back later in the show and let you see some of her creations and what else they offer. And we'll give out that address and location, too. So I know your mouth is watering. Stay with us. We'll be back after this break. We're going to have Adrian Bracy, former CFO for the Rams. Now she's working for women just like you. We'll be right back. So this is going to be delicious. This is
Abandoned and lost. From the dark, cold streets of the city to a cage in the local shelter, to heaven, your lap.
You need to go ahead and get with the squad, man. Get on that winning team. Alright, turn up. And now the hard work of the faith that is evidence after justification, it must begin. And after regeneration, a recreation on a visible mark, regenerate heart. To see the Lord Jesus is giving everything required. Prime atone for his own when they crucified. We are not on a home.
Hi, Kalonda. How are you? Great. I'm with Kalonda Cloyd here. She is one of the founders of the ROCC Center. And ROCC is ROCC, which stands for what?
It stands for Reaching Our Children and Community.
And how did you come up with the idea for this, and exactly what is ROCC?
Well, basically, I love the arts. My background is in dance and theater as well. So, along with a partner of mine, Tashana Parker, we decided to give children an outlet where they can show their artistic skills as well as learn about dance and step and drumline and drill. All the opportunities I had as a child, I wanted to make sure that the next generation has it as well.
And what made you decide that you needed to do something about this? What did you see that compelled you to make a change?
Well, I saw a lot of our youth being lost to negative outcomes of things that they find when they're bored or things like that. So I decided, let's give them something positive to do so they won't be lost to the streets or we have to pay the repercussions of it later.
Right.
So.
And it's a brand new a brand new organization you've got going on. We got some pictures here, so let's go through the pictures and talk about what we're seeing.
Basically, we have our dance babies. We also have a summer camp that we offer for girls in the summer, 50 girls within the area at a low cost to them. And we just teach them about parenting, parent-daughter relationships, friendship, leadership, and also just how to be teamwork. I also have older girls that we work with. They do a lot of different performances throughout the areas as well, in and out of town. We do a lot of activities with the kids, and just so they can learn about many different things, and beauty and makeup, and just understanding what they look like and being comfortable with themselves. So we do a lot more than just the dance and just the drill and all of that. We just teach them many different things and give them chances to perform on stage and see what it feels like.
And what's it like to see a girl come into the program and blossom and come out of the program?
Oh, it's refreshing.
Changed.
It's very refreshing to know. And some of them come in with no experience or never had experience, and when they leave, they look like a star. And it makes you feel great because you see the smile in their parents' faces, because we are very low income. We work with parents as far as that goes, and they love the fact that we can give their child something to do and where they see them prosper as well.
And what do you hope to accomplish through ROCC?
Well, we hope to basically expand and be the next, St. Louis County Boys and Girls Club, and where we can have more for our youth at, for free or low cost, and so they can stay out of trouble and just have outlet and a second home to come to.
Well, how does someone get in contact with you?
Well, they can reach me at 314-387-3917. That's via telephone. Or you can also log into our website and see more pictures and things that we do at roccenter.wix.com.
That's ROCC.
ROCC.
Wix.com.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us and for doing what you do in the community.
Thank
Great
you.
work.
Thank you.
Great work. And now you know what? Ivy and Cassandra are sitting with a fascinating guest that I want to know more about. Girls, back to you.
Thank you, Raina. You're right. Our next guest has over 2 decades of senior management finance experience, with more than a decade of that with the St. Louis Rams.
Yes. And then after she left, she moved on to work with the Arizona Cardinals.
You know.
Before returning, coming home to St. Louis, we call it home for her, to follow her calling to inspire and make a difference in the lives of women and girls. And we're so glad she came back.
We are so happy. Please help us welcome the CEO of the YWCA Metro St. Louis, Miss Adrian E. Bracy. You always look so put together, Adrian.
Well, thank you very much, Cassandra.
I've known you for a long time now, and you've never had a bad hair day.
Yeah, that's true.
No, wait, and we have been on retreats where we spent the night in hotels. She
Oh.
wakes up with a good hair day. It's the
What?
truth. It's the
You
truth.
know, it's important to me. You take care of things that are important to you.
Right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. People always ask me this when I tell them that I know you. How did she get into that field that's so male-dominated? Can we just start there a little bit, backtrack, Adrian? 'Cause I know you were an outstanding student in college, but how did you get to the NFL?
Well, it was not planned. Actually, I'm a CPA by trade, and so I was working in Miami. I was very happy working at the company. I was a member of the National Association of Black Accountants, we call NABA. I volunteered, and I took it very seriously. So the treasurer for the Miami Dolphins called Brian Hankerson and said, we're looking for a controller. And Brian called me and said, Adrian, I just received a call, and you should be getting a call from the Miami Dolphins. And so I received a call, and I was hired. So that was and it was really because of NABA.
And you make it sound so seamless, though. When when you're taking on the finances of a major corporation like that, and it's in the public eye, what was going through your mind, and what was that transition like?
Well, because I love accounting, for me it was not tough. So it's like, I guess, a scientist or a doctor. If it's something you're passionate about and you like it. For others, accounting sounds very daunting and complex, and it really can be, and it is. But it just so happened to be my thing.
I want to ask you how you got to the Rams. So I just thought about something for people who are listening, the everyday person that's listening to the show right now, Adrian. What one piece of advice could you give them, or maybe two, about handling their personal finances? Because so many people struggle with that. But yet you have a gift in that. What could they do? Just maybe 1 or 2 things they could do to handle their personal finances so they can say, you know what, I want to get on the right track.
First, I would say is to create a budget, a personal budget. You have to know how much money you're getting in and how much money you're spending. You have to write it down. A lot of people they have it in their minds and they think, well, I know how much money I have in the bank and I know how much money I spend, but they don't write it down. So when you write it down, I mean, every single expense, write it down, and then you can see how much money you're spending, and it's amazing how you just don't think about it because you're so used to spending. But when you write a budget down, actually on paper, and monitor it, start out even daily, or just until you can get the hang of monitoring your budget. And that's really the essence of corporate profit. You have to know how much money you're spending in order to know how much money you're really making your bottom line. Because, I remember working at the Rams, the marketing department would say, well, we brought in $1 million. I said, okay, that's good. But you spent $1.2 million, so you really end up with a loss. So people just assume that, I'm bringing in the gross profit, the gross dollars, but they're not remembering how much money they're spending. So that would be the first thing. Writing it down and that is like the major thing. I think just making sure you're seriously monitoring your expenses.
It's almost like putting yourself on a diet. It's a different kind of discipline.
It is. No, it really is. It's a financial diet.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Absolutely.
Well, I've got tons of things I'd like to ask
too.
you about.
Okay, let's get it going.
But we're going to share with the audience.
Okay.
All right, and we've got an audience question.
Yes, I'm Terry Stacker with the Kappa Alpha Psi Owensville chapter. What advice would you give our youth as far as getting to the corporate side of the NFL? Because most of them want to be on the physical side, actual play. But what advice would you give them?
Very good question.
Great question.
The first advice I would say is in college, of course, you really need to go to college, especially to be in the front office. So I would say, first of all, take your education seriously, get good grades, because a lot of corporate America, even in the NFL, they really go by your grade, your GPA, when you're really in school. I would also say intern in school. Don't wait until you graduate and then try to find a job in sports. It's very tough. The best way is to really intern while you're in school, like your sophomore year, I would say. And then once you do that, and you have to network. You really have to really network. I know it sounds like a cliche, but really the more people you get to know and the more people that know you, you have a better opportunity. But internship is the key.
Wonderful.
I feel like we need to transition
I
because
know.
you wear another hat altogether.
I know.
And so
Yeah.
I like, Cassandra said this to me backstage, I'm going to use this.
Okay.
We go from the NFL to the NPE, which is the Nonprofit Executive Award winner for 2000. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Wonderful.
we're really
Very
excited to
proud of
celebrate
you.
that. So I think people might have an idea of what the YWCA is doing. Talk about what you're most proud of and what's kind of on the cusp now and in the next few months.
Well, let's see, so much to be proud of. But one thing that I would say that I'm proud of, there's a program for sexual assault education for people with developmental disabilities. And people with disabilities, they're usually the vulnerable group that can really get affected by sexual abuse and sexual assault, and unfortunately it doesn't get recorded. We received a grant from one of our donors, PLB, Productive Living Board, and the research was on sexual assault research, or just to see if you can find information about the cases. Nothing. We couldn't find anything. So because of that research, we were able to go after a grant, actually, to provide education to people with disabilities and to their guardians and to the caregivers and to the educators. So that's something that I'm very proud about, because we provided in the city through a grant from DD Resources, and then in the county from a grant from PLB. So that's something new. It was not in the St. Louis region. We couldn't find it anywhere in the state. So we're very excited about that.
Congratulations.
Thank
Adrian.
you.
And I know we don't have a lot of time, but I want you to talk about what is something about the YWCA that you think people don't even understand or know?
I would say everything. They really don't understand anything. Most people, they assume that we're the YMCA sister.
Sure, yes.
And so we provide, the same services. And although that's very needed, the services we provide are really more of human services. We have the Sexual Assault Center, which I just talked about, which is in Clayton. We have the transitional housing for homeless women. We have a YW Teens program. We have a school-age care program for before and after school and summer for kids 6 to 12. And then we have our largest program, which people probably really would not even connect us to, which is Head Start. We're the largest Head Start grantee in the city of St. Louis, the region actually.
Wow.
Yes.
I did
yes,
not
in the
know
school.
that.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
And I think about the annual awards, like you do the Women Leader Awards, which are
yes.
coming up,
Yes,
right?
thank
And
you,
so
yes.
there's all that, but all that can be found online.
Absolutely.
And
What is your website?
yes,
www.ywcastolouis.org.
perfect.
Adrian, come on anytime and tell us about everything that's going on.
This was awesome as usual. Thank you so much.
Same here. We
Appreciate
could
it.
talk
Thank you.
forever, but
Forever,
listening
ever.
is always
Yes,
great. Yeah, no.
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
So again, Adrian E. Bracy with the YWCA, and you know, Ivy, there's always something you get involved in.
Always, always, always. And
Volunteers
I
needed.
found that there was even some social justice stuff going on
yeah.
online. Some really cool things that they have going on. Well, something for
Excellent.
everybody.
Well, Raina's with someone who's also extremely cool, and that's our new band that we have on today. Raina?
Well, you know what? We have had some great entertainment tonight, and I want you guys to put your hands together one more time for Flame.
Yes. While you got your hands together, keep them in the sky. We're going to talk to him. This is my guy, Mike Rell. You ready to talk to him?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Let's go. Yes.
Hands,
hands. All I see is hands. The Saints are in the building. We warned them in advance, and we ain't going nowhere. We praise them because it's necessary. So watch us turn this place into a sanctuary. Hands, hands, hands. Let me see them. Hands, hands. Better let me see them. Oh, yeah. Let me see them. Okay.
Hold up.
Talk to him.
Jesus all in my brain. Jesus all in my brain.
Hold up.
Christ is the big picture, so is Jesus all in my frame. Don't you see that we bout it? Living for Christ and we shout it. Boy, we are clowning, got us astounded, but they can't see it, they vision is clouded. So
What we gonna do about that?
what we gonna do about that? Huh? We gonna put his love on display.
Banging it away till raps. But hold up.
Show him the way. Serving the Lord and you know we obey. We take over buildings, look at his children, swinging from ceilings, circles on lay.
Hold up. Hold up. You mean to tell us you showed up?
Just to tell us you ballin', plus you got the game sewn up.
So what?
Man, we serve a God
Who is legendary? So watch us turn this place into a sanctuary. Hands, hands, hands. Let me see them. Yes,
We want them
in advance, and we ain't going nowhere. We praise them because it's necessary. So watch us turn this place into a sanctuary. Hands, hands, hands. Let me see them. Hands, 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 hands. Better let me see them. Hands, yes, hands, yes, hands. Let me see them. Okay, let me talk to him.
Talk to him, Flame.
Here we go. Hey. Look me in my face. I ain't got no words. About to turn this place into a sanctuary. But I need to see those hands up. If you on what we on, need to see those hands up. If you in my zone, I'm just when it's hot in the building. I got the feeling that it's God and His children. If we outside, then we go in. If we inside, then we go in. Hold up, cause we are the saints. And everything we own, we got the Lord to thank. And everything we ain't, we've been sanctified. He fighting on our side like an army tank. Need I say that we are the church, but in Spanish, ecclesia. In the hood, they say church people, but in the Greek, it says ecclesia. And where we are, the Spirit is holy ones, household of faith. We bear the marks that are called and elect by the good shepherd. That's a heavy weight. And as it relates to life and godliness, boy, we got the royal flush. Wasn't orphan like Orphan Annie. He upped the ante and adopted us. Work myself into a frenzy. God is in me, contending. I'm about to bust. Turn the cell to a sanctuary. Paul Silas, lock us up. Hands, all I see is hands. The saints are in the building. We want them in advance, and we ain't going nowhere. We praise them because it's necessary. So watch us turn this place into a sanctuary. Hands, hands. Woo!
That's it, Flame. You know what? And if you want to get in touch with Flame, you ought to check out their new album out here, Royal Flush. But you can also get in touch with them on Facebook, facebook.com, flame314. That's what they say, flame314. Facebook.com/314. Royal Flush is the album. That's Flame. And you know what? Cassandra's over there in the kitchen, and it's smelling good in here. What's going on, Cassandra?
Oh, we are getting ready to get down and funky up over here. Let me tell you, it looks so delicious. I'm with Chef Tiff Pop and BG from BJ's Delicious Barbecue. So give us out your address and information, BG.
It's 6900 Noonan, St. Louis, Missouri, 63143. We're right at the intersection of McCausland and Manchester, on the side of Walgreens in front of OK Used Cars.
Okay, and so what are your hours of operation?
Hours of operation are Wednesday through Saturday, but
Okay.
Wednesday through Friday would be 11 to 6 or sell out, whichever should happen first. Saturday is 12 to 8 or sell out.
Perfect. Now, Chef Tiff Pop, I understand you also do some catering up in the house.
Yes, ma'am, we do.
Chef Tiff Pop, let me know she does just a little bit about everything, so don't leave it out. So you studied in France for a little bit?
Yes, ma'am, for about 2 weeks.
Was it for pastry or was it for
Everything, really.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Do they do things differently over there?
A lot different.
A lot different? What did you bring back here from Parlez-vous Français?
Some wine and some oil.
Some wine and some oils. So what do I have in front of me right here, Chef Tiff Pop?
That's the famous peach cobbler that everybody runs to every day.
Oh, I'm running to it today for sure.
I mean, hey.
And so what would you say are two of the items, BG, that people are regularly ordering?
Regularly ordering would be the baby backs. It's hard to say too. The rib tips definitely.
Okay.
Turkey ribs, pork steaks, brisket. You said two, but I'm going on.
Right, go ahead on.
It just depends on what your like is. I mean, we have something from everybody. The non-pork eaters, we have pulled chicken, jumbo chicken wings. We have the beef brisket that we brought out here as well. The turkey ribs, they love the turkey ribs.
And when you first came on the show, I said, turkeys have ribs? What?
Well,
but they do at BJ's Delicious Barbecue, let me tell you. They are meaty and delicious as well. So, no, when you had the spices out earlier, I said, now, what do you do with the spices? Do you store them in the refrigerator? And you told me, actually, we make them
fresh daily. Our rub, we do it daily just as well as we grill daily.
Man.
So we don't just smoke it and sit it in. We're grilling. When you come by, you'll see smoke in the air. You see us taking stuff off the grill into the smoker. Can't tell you all the processes. We have a secret process.
It's a secret.
but
You have to
yes,
kill
ma'am.
me if you tell me. I like it all. So while my co-hosts are coming, Chef Tiff Pop, tell me what is one of your favorite things to make?
I will say international foods and my desserts.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm just saying I should probably try every single thing that you make, Chef Tiff Pop.
Yes, I get private lessons also.
Oh, did you hear that? Private lessons. What if I sit back and just let you cook and I taste it privately? That won't work. Oh, doggone it. All right, so we're going to get ready to say goodbye. But again, BJ's Delicious Barbecue, BJBBQSTL.com is the place you can go. Thank you so much, Chef BJ and Tiff Pop, for coming on.
You know what, Adrian, thanks for being here with us. We really enjoyed it. Our men of Kappa, thanks for joining us. We definitely have had a good show.
And we definitely want to thank our band Flame. And you know what? Flame gave everybody in the audience a copy of their album. So thank you, Flame, for that.
Thank you, Flame.
So why don't you take us home, Flame? Take us home. Take us home.
Yes. Stand to your feet. We're going to go out on this one, y'all. This one real simple. I need you to help on this one. You going to help me on this one?
I got you.
Real
Y'all
simple.
got me?
It's like this. It's like this. Okay. You gon' need the man that you sleeping on.
Sleeping on.
Sleeping on.
Sleeping on.
Sleeping on.
Sleeping on.
Sleeping on. You gon' need the man that you sleeping on.
Sleeping on.
Sleeping on.
Sleeping on.
Sleeping on.
Sleeping on.
Sleeping on. See, all they bout is Bugatti talk. Mix it up a little blasphemy. But as for me and my whole team, we lifting up who they blaspheme. Somebody looking at me sideways.